What's up, guys? What's up? So glad you're here. We're going to start off with a little bit of that Monster Energy ASMR. Pop open the can. So good. I've been waiting all day to drink this thing, man. So good to have you here. James Steiner already in the chat room, man. Where'd that retailer go? I'm right here. Man. We got 50 items to pack. A little over $1,000, constantly flushing out old inventory, a couple good sales, a couple multi-quantity sales, a couple Levi 560s sold together to a guy who's been buying those for years. I think he has his own shop. I don't know his name. It's like rock and roll something, but yeah, he's been buying these Levi 560s. Used to buy them at $39.99 plus shipping. Now, I think these had some stains on them and they were like 40-30, not the best size, but he bought both of those. So that was cool. And yeah, we're just gonna get straight to the packing, man. I got to pick up groceries in a couple hours, so got to knock this out. Glad to have you in, though. Really glad. Okay, and I'm not even on the right screen right now. I was gonna send offers out on some items. Do you guys send out bulk offers? I send them out all the time. Here's how I do it. Let's see. So I look at the prices. It looks like most of them are $19.99. There's a sweater, a London Fog sweater, which I don't do many sweaters because they're massive, but I'm just going to send a 30% offer on every single item because 30% is like that sweet spot, 20%, 10%, it doesn't really do it. It doesn't move the needle enough. So I send them out all the time, but we're going to get to the orders page. James, yes, I'm here. Vicky Bluebird. Is Bluebird your actual last name? That's pretty sweet if it is. Hello. Good to have you in. Samantha's from Massachusetts. Every time I think of Massachusetts, I think highly educated because if you can spell that as a state name when you're a child, you're onto something. I couldn't spell Massachusetts. Probably not even right now if I tried. Lisa and friends. Hi, friends. I just sent out offers packing here too. Groceries and gardening later today in East Texas. It's a beautiful day where I am in North Texas. I wonder if it's beautiful there too. It's like 78 degrees. I definitely need to take my son Seth on a walk, but I got to pick up groceries after this. And then I wanted to get a workout in. And then we have a new security camera that has like motion sensor. It's like I don't know if it's 360, but it moves when it sees somebody come up the door. So it's actually going to eliminate one of our cameras and we can, I don't know what I think we're going to put that one in the backyard. It's like a stationary camera. But yeah, we're getting packing on these. Got some Puma golf shorts. This is the Puma emblem. Puma's, it's decent. I think Ricky Fowler, he was a Puma branded guy. And it's not the best golf brand, but it sells. This one went for $9.59 plus shipping. So pretty good for some golf shorts. Jeez. Yeah. Did you guys like the last video? Did y'all like the Oklahoma live with the crackhead? I really wish I would have got it on camera, but at the same time, I was in attack mode. I was very nervous. It was one of those situations where you're like, this is a real life situation. Like I need to do something. That's how I felt. It was crazy, but I had the camera off because that's when I turned it off and then it all went down. And I didn't want to turn it up after the fact because that'd be kind of voyeuristic and weird, but yeah. Vicky says, I send a lot of offers. No, unfortunately, it's not my last name. You could maybe change it, though. You could change your last name to Bluebird. That'd actually be a lot. When my wife changed her last name to mine, it was like a lot of paperwork, a lot of different offices she had to talk to. It was quite a chore, for sure. Quite a chore. I went and got her car washed today. They've got the automatic car washers, and I had some gift cards from Christmas from either my grandpa or my parents, and it's $10, but they have the powerful vacuums, and they do they have the guys dry the car off, after you go through the machine, and then you have like the vacuums for free. So that was good. It was much needed. I think she hadn't like vacuumed since we got the car. We just got new cars last year. She got the RAV4. It's really nice. I honestly I don't know what engine is in that car, but it's much more powerful than my Civic, and it's a great car. It's in the what do they call it? Like the turning road radius, or what do they call it? Like the turnability. Like if you wanted to flip a B, I'm not going to say it on here, but like a U-turn, that thing can just turn on a dime. And my Civic can't do that, unfortunately. It's not as good. Heck, my Civic turns about as easy as my F-150 used to, and that was a truck. So I don't know what happened there with the Civic, but nonetheless, I got out of my big truck into the Civic just because gas was getting high, and I wasn't using my truck for truck things, and they were paying a lot of money for it, and it started to have a transmission issue. So I decided just to move off of it. It wasn't even that old, and it was having issues. I was very disappointed in that truck. Angie's at it again. Hello from Canada. Hey, Angie. That's not the accent. Hey, that's cool though. Packing in Canada. Is it snowing there? I picture Canada it's snowing year round, but I could be wrong and I could have watched too many movies. This is a pair of Vissla board shorts. Vissla's kind of a weird one because it looks like Viore, but it's not. But some of their patterns are like the same style pattern for like the colors and stuff, but it's not as expensive. These sold for like $19. These sold for $19. Samantha, haha, they teach you a song to remember how to spell it when you're little. Also, it's 50 degrees and raining here. Whew, not fun. Yeah. Texas is a pretty easy one to spell. One thing I didn't realize was they don't teach Texas history in other places. Texas is the only place they teach that. Everyone else gets U.S. history. Well, no, we get U.S. history, but I just wonder what everyone else does in that block when we do Texas history. Very interesting. Pair of Magellan short sleeve, or it's not a pair, it's a short sleeve button shirt. Magellan's not very great. The big and tall stuff is decent. This one is it's one of the sale items, so not much money. But usually the thrift stores, like, they'll fall to like the $1 day. That's usually whenever I grab them. So not too terrible. But yeah, it was a pretty good week of sourcing on the thumbnail. If you saw, I got a bunch of stuff I still need to process. You can see that bag right there. I'm probably not going to go to Lawton to source anytime soon. Although the one thrift store that I do a deal with, I've been bringing them jeans, and they don't care what brand it is as long as the size is right because they never have small waist sizes. And there's a lot of people that are skinny because a lot of them are on drugs in that town. No joke. They're like, we need smaller jeans. So I take them jeans, and then the last time I went, like, I didn't get a lot of stuff from them. I got some stuff. So I kind of forgot, and I kind of just stopped getting jeans. So then when I went back, they had saved a bunch of clothes, and I was like, dude, I got no jeans for you. So I just gave them some cash, and I told them I would go through my inventory, and I'm actually going to get them a bunch of my women's jeans because they want the plus size women's jeans and they want the small waisted men's jeans. So I'm going to see what I can do about, thrifting like dollar jeans if they're, like Walmart or Wrangler or, like some of those just not as good brands because they'll take them. And they usually have Western shirts there in Oklahoma. So they had like some Cinch, an Ariat shirt, some Plains, all the Pearl Snap type stuff. There's like 3 or 4 brands. And yeah, it was definitely good. So it's kind of cool to have like a relationship with a small thrift store, Swope said, hey, have you started lifting yet? Would have came in handy for those crackheads at the thrift stores. I've been trying to get back to it. Like I had a calf injury when I was running. I started running a few miles a week, and I kind of had a calf injury. And then every time I put my hands on the barbells, it's because they're like super weak. I mean, there's some calluses, but like my grip and all that is just gone. So like I need to build it back up. I'm gonna lift today though, Swope. I'm gonna lift today, man. And I love the what is it, dude? It's I was gonna say Magic. It's not Magic the Gathering. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. The Yu-Gi-Oh, the icon you have there, dude. I was big on Yu-Gi-Oh. I was big on Pokemon and big on Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I turned into an adult and I stopped playing with those cards. But there's still there's a lot of memories with Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, man. Yeah. But no, I'm gonna lift today. I'm probably gonna do I'll probably warm up on the row machine and then do either like shoulder presses and maybe biceps, something like fun that I like to do, barbell, military press, and then curls. But yeah, no, the crackheads, dude, they're super skinny. They might have crackhead strength, but I'm pretty confident, like with my football like background, even though I wasn't great, I can lay into someone pretty good. He wouldn't have stood a chance. But yeah, he tried to rip this lady's purse, and she's like, "Hey, that's my purse," and he was like, "Ah, that's my purse," and I was just like, and then the woman, the cashier, like, I mean, she could have had a gun too. So like, I was not gonna just like run in there because you just don't know. And then all of a sudden, this big dude came in, and I was like, "Yeah, he's definitely got it." I'm gonna let this dude handle it. But yeah, it was a situation for sure. Yeah, this is a Columbia PFG. This actually hit the sale rack, and it had like some of these have college fraternities or sorority embroideries on it. That's what this one had. So it didn't sell for like a lot of money. It went for like 14. So I'm gonna stay away from the embroidered ones like that, unless it says like a college name like Texas Tech or UT, stuff like that. But if it's the actual fraternity like lettering, I'm not gonna get that. Renee, what's your question? Go ahead. I'm all ears. So on eBay, do you input weight and dimensions for your items and the box or the poly it's going in? Can you explain that process? Because in videos of listing on eBay, they skip the shipping part. Yeah, I don't fill those out. So eBay, it'll kind of remember. Well, see, I sell similar off my items, so it already has it in there. But like, I just put ones for the weight and the size. If you're doing a new listing each time, I don't know if there's going to be anything in there, and I don't know if you can leave them blank. I think you have to fill something out. I'm not 100% sure, but I just fill it out whenever I ship it. And if it's first class, I don't put the link at all. And then if it's flat rate, like the envelopes, I don't put the link in here either because it's flat rate. The only time I put the link is if I do pirate ship or use like the big poly bag. Do you estimate? No, I absolutely don't estimate. I have a scale right here. I can't bring it over, but I weigh every item. That's what I'm doing right here. So this one was weighed, and I get the label for it. And yeah, you absolutely want to weigh it, because what happens is sometimes they weigh them at the post office, sometimes they don't. But if they do weigh them and you're off, they're going to charge you. You'll get like an email, and it'll say like $1.15 has been taken from your eBay account. And if you underweigh it, or say you overweigh it and it's under, they'll actually credit you money back too. But yeah, you're going to want to, when posting it. But yeah, when posting it, no, I don't estimate it at all. I just put ones, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 pound, 1 ounce. I just go one tab, one tab, one tab, one tab. But now, since I sell similar, I don't fill it out because it's already filled out. Now, but I have flat rate shipping, so everyone knows what the shipping cost is. If you have calculated shipping, you have to put those in there because it'll calculate it way incorrect, and that's a problem. So it kind of depends on how you do it. Yeah. When you weigh each one and like stuff like that, that's the thing. So if I had a really big item, say I had like a TV, like I don't know, just something huge, I would box it all up, weigh it, and then list it as calculated, because then you have like the exact weight. And whenever it comes to ship it, you just put the label on it. But for all these shirts and jeans and stuff, I just do all that here at the end when I ship it. So like this one here is 7.2 ounces. So I'm going to put 8 ounces. And this is actually another Magellan shirt. This is a women's 2XL. Women's like vented Magellan and like Columbia and those types of shirts, they actually sell for pretty decent money. This one went for 10 plus $8.99. So you're at $18.99 for that. And that's a pretty good sale for a women's shirt for sure. But it's a 2XL. Yeah, I hope that helps, Renee. Do you use your own shipping? No, I use USPS through eBay. But I print my own labels right here. See? That's the Rolo. If you don't have like a lot of sales, I wouldn't recommend getting a Rolo. But if you start doing this every day and having sales every day, the Rolo is a great investment. And you can always resell it if you get out in a couple months. And I would definitely get the corded Rolo, not the wireless. Unless you really, really hate cords. But the corded one is so much more for sure going to work, PK Zink, hey Sean, hope you had a great weekend so far. Yeah, man. I mean, the weather's been good. Getting a lot of stuff. Yesterday, I was not very productive. I did not do much eBay work. NFL draft was going on. The Bears had a really solid draft. I'm really excited about that, and it gets me excited for football season. Come football season, we're going to be switching to Saturday for the lives. Yeah, Saturdays, because I'm going to be drinking beer and watching the game with my dad. We're actually having barbecue over there tonight. This one is Billabong board shorts. It's a size 29. Did not sell for a lot of money. It hit my sale. It did sell, though. You know, these items do sell, and it does profit, but you're looking at like, you know, $3 to $5 profit if it hits the sale. Most of the other items profit like, you know, 7 to 15. And then occasionally I'll get like a really good profiting item. So I'm only going to like talk to you about the ones that I think are like really good. I don't want to just tell you about all the small sales. And then I'm going to be doing the sales once a week about my best sales of the week. So some people said that the format with the phone scrolling on the side, that screen, the screen grab video, they said that it was kind of hard to see. So I'm going to see about either making it bigger or just like, I don't know. I'll figure something out about that. But it's really easy to do in front of the computer. So I should be able to spend the extra time I would have spent on doing the video on like improving that video so that it's better. That's my purse. I don't know you, bearded YouTubers talking about Bobby Hill. Dude, that episode is so good. So good. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. This is English Laundry. English Laundry is an interesting brand. It's almost like, I wouldn't call it like Banana Republic, but it's like, if it's cool enough, it sells for really good money. But the average stuff doesn't sell for a lot. This was just a plain short sleeve button shirt, but it was linen blended, and it sold for $6.40 plus $8.99. So you're looking at like 15 and some change. And you know, it's okay. So like $3 or less, I think it's a good pickup. But yeah, English Laundry, I mean, some of that stuff sits, but I have some people that buy multiple English Laundry shirts. And who knows if they're actually from England. Do they still call it Great Britain? Or is it just England? Like, I want to say it's not Great Britain anymore. But I don't know. Okay. Let's see all those shipping questions from Renee. I hope that helped out. PK Zink says, I like to go to the next ounce up whenever I price it to make sure that there's some wiggle room for low ball sales. Yeah, I get you. So for everything, unless it's heavier, item doesn't qualify for first class. Yeah, pretty much. Whenever you have the first class item, it doesn't like you don't even need the length and width. I don't think on first class. I'm not really sure. Let me look at the next one, but I've been doing it so long the same way, so I kind of forget exactly. But let's get to this one. So this one, somebody bought 6 items and they paid $50.81 for all 6 of them. This person has been buying clothes from me for years now, and they always do the same thing. They wait until my stuff goes on sale, and then they buy a bunch of it. I'm pretty sure they're right near the border and just take them to Oklahoma. I saw that in the chat. Take them to Mexico, not Oklahoma. So they're right like here. This is 3 shirts. They're all packed individually, and I've kind of shoved them in the same bags with each other. And we got the one in there. And then here's the other 3 that they bought right here. So I'm going to fit it in this bag. This is the large poly bag. I think it's listed in my my links or whatever. So this is going to be like a pillow. So I do pirate ship, and it'll be like the poly bag one. Let's see. And I do put a piece of tape across the seam just because. Make sure it's secure. So there we go. So this one I'm going to measure, right? Tape measure to my left. And it looks like it's 12, maybe 13. We'll go 13 by 13 just to be safe. Put it on the scale. 13 by 13. And this one's going to be 3 pounds, and I'll do 8 ounces. All right, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Let's see what it goes for. Okay. So it's $7.67. So that's really good. And they send a lot of low offers on those sale ones, like some, for just like a few bucks, but yeah, they're in San Antonio as well. But yeah, they've been doing this for years. That's why I run those sales and stuff. Okay. PK Zink, we lost Rodgers. I hear. Yeah, he's traded to the Jets. Good riddance, Aaron. Y'all are in like quarterback trouble now. Welcome to the crap. Like quarterback trouble is the worst type of trouble to be in for an NFL team. Let's see. PK Zink says the last video of best sales was a great improvement. Yeah. Okay. So PK Zink likes it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that from now on. I talked to Matt with Thrift a Life. He gave me his blessings to use it because I wanted to make sure. There's a lot of like copying on YouTube and stuff, and I really don't watch a lot of the other resellers. I used to all the time, but what happens is you'll start copying them whether you want to or not if you're used to consuming it because that's what you're used to seeing, and it's almost like subconsciously you're copying them. But whenever somebody told me of the format, they said, "Hey, check out Matt's videos with Thrift a Life." And then when I saw it, I was like, "Dude, I really like that style." And I have the iPhone 14 with this iMac, so I was like, I could just AirDrop and. Yeah, he said I could use it, and I would have used it anyway. I told him that too. I said I just wanted to ask. Like just for your permission. Man, I think I woke my son up too. He was napping. But that's okay. Renee says it's England, not Great Britain. She says you were stationed there for a bit. That's what's up. Yeah, my brother was in Mendenhall. Just moved back in February. I'm now in Oklahoma. Oh, okay. Just over the border. So like that women's shirt was 8 ounces. Would you have done the slot for the weight and dimensions? No, I don't fill out the weight and dimensions. I just skipped over it. Let me get back. Let me focus on Renee so we can clear this issue up. But yeah, I don't fill them out until I pack them. But let me show you. This next one's not going to work. Let me go to this one. Okay. The next one's a multi-quantity, but I'm going to do this one for Renee. So this shirt here is a Ralph Lauren. It's brown XL. It sold for $11.69 plus $8.99. So like $20 on the polo. It's brown too. Ugh. So we're gonna weigh it. 7 ounces. So right here, I already had it set up for 15 ounces, 13 by 10 by 6, and I know that was an old dimension that I used to use, and it's defaulted from when I did the listing, but it doesn't matter because the flat rate shipping, like the buyer sees what the price is. It's not calculated. So now what I do is I just change the ounces, but I leave the dimensions the same, and it doesn't make a difference. I haven't noticed any issues with it. So I just changed the dimensions to 7 ounces for this shirt, and then I just put the label on it. And this is going to New York. But you could change the dimensions. But yeah, they mainly want the weight on these. Yeah, because it says max dimensions, max weight. 22, 18, 15 is the max dimensions. So let me just put that one in there. 22, 18 by 15 and see if it changes the price. Okay, so that's it. So if you go as high as 22 by 18 by 15 for first class, and then you do, 8 ounces, it's the same price as if you do 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. It's the same price. So it doesn't matter what you put in there as long as you have the same shipping cost. What if an item is over 16? Do you have to use priority mail? So you end up paying out of pocket, right? Renee's getting it. Okay, let's explain. So if it's over 16 ounces, the first method I use is the small flat rate envelope. This is $7.60 with my discount. And then this large one, this is the label cost. This one is $7.90, and it can fit like this next item will be these two, which I'm actually not going to put them in the legal one. And then if it's over that, if it's bigger than the legal one, then I use the large poly bag and I use pirate ship. Now, occasionally I have to use a box, right? And yeah, I charge $8.99 for one item. but all my items are small, right? Like the biggest item by itself would be like a big jacket, and that would go pirate ship. But so there's a chance that one would go over 8.99 shipping. But let's say they ordered like 6 items, right? Well, the first item's 8.99 shipping. Each additional item is 2.99. It's like stacks on top. So they end up paying like sometimes like $30 for shipping, even though the label is like $10. So yeah, and it went, yeah, that's how I do it. I hope that helps. I'm not let's see. I think that'll clear it up. Just trying to save myself the time. Yeah, it's all about like, I'm here to use my time to help with questions just like that. I just don't want to not like I'm boring the chat, but like, I'm trying to, just kind of get through everything. And yeah, I think that helps. That's and the thing is with flat rate shipping, it's just so easy to know the numbers that way, for me at least. And heck, like this time in 2 or 3 years, it may be $9.99 flat rate shipping because the postage rates keep going up. Whenever I decided to change to $8.99 shipping, I think Chris Daily Refinement used $7.99, I think, and then Tech and Sports I think did $6.95 or something like that. So I was gonna copy them, but the rates change so fast. It's kind of like, I want to get ahead of it a little bit. And people they're just like, oh, that shipping's way high. This is my offer, including your high shipping. And I'm just like, all right, dude, like chill. I'll accept it if it makes sense. So I'm not losing money on items. Okay. So this is 2 items. It's these Carhartt short sleeve button shirts. The Carhartt short sleeve button shirts, if it's not a big size, they don't sell for all that much money. So he's all in for $20.62. So it's almost like a single order. So not the most money here, but sometimes they can sell for like 25. But it usually has to be like a 2XL or like a big and tall size. So yeah. Get the carbonations. Kristen, hello from Germany. The only German phrase I know is "Ich bin krank." That means like I'm sick or ill, I think. So opened up a book and I read it, and then I closed the German book because I didn't want to. My wife and I had this idea of learning a foreign language so we could talk to each other, like in Texas here, and not have many people understand what we were saying. But it's very, very difficult to just learn another language. And I wanted to learn, Spanish, and she wanted to learn German since she already knew some from school. And I was like, all right, but we never did it. 15 sales for us on 2 platforms. Looking good so far. Keep your eyes out for the tactical shorts. $52. The Tad tactical shorts. I don't know if I've seen the Tad tactical. Triple aught design. Interesting. I will keep an eye out for them. I've been definitely going through a lot of shorts lately. The shorts and the board shorts, because it seems like a lot of people, you have a lot of people hit the t-shirt aisle because of the vintage guys, and then like there's a couple sellers that do my same category, do the same category as me. So sometimes they hit all the button ups, the polos. Sometimes it's hard to go through the short sleeve polos because there's a lot of like company branded stuff that doesn't sell very well. And yeah, so I go through the shorts, like I do go through the long sleeve crew necks. And then in the winter, I go through the sweaters and stuff, but the short section is what they're pumping out right now. And yeah, getting back into shorts. I don't mind them. I don't love them, just because sometimes they're on the bottom, so it's like kind of you got to like bend over to go through them. Dang, so this shirt just came in, but it's not here because like as I was picking items, I had more sales come in, and I always see it in the list, but it's not time to pull it because I don't have it. It's in the warehouse still. There's some Merrells that sold. That's cool. Women's Merrells. That one just sold. Here's a pair of Adidas golf chinos, just solid blue, size 40. Sold for 10 plus the $8.99 shipping, so $18.99 on these. Yeah, a lot of these shorts, like I really try to stay at $5 or lower. And I know a lot of people have expensive thrift stores, and that stinks. My model definitely doesn't work if you're paying too much for items. And I know a lot of people talk about like paying like $8 to $10 and then selling it for like 30 or more. But I don't see a lot of those items. I mean, maybe I'm not thrifting good enough or going to the right stores, but those are very hard to find. So I find like 5 and under, and I sell for like 15 to like 25, 30 is kind of where I live in my ranges. And you just got to push more items to get more money. It's pretty much all. Damn, that green monster, man. Whew. It's so good. I remember the first time the energy drinks came out. I want to say Full Throttle was one of the first ones. I'm not 100% sure what the first like canned carbonated one was, but my brother brought it home from work. He worked at the cashier at the commissary on the base, and he brought it home, and my dad was just like, "What is this?" And my brother's like, "It's an energy drink." He's like, "Is this legal?" He's like, "Is this legal to drink?" So my dad got like glasses out, almost like small glasses you would put liquor in, and he put like he poured it in one of the glasses, and it like bubbled up, and it was. We all kind of looked at it, and I was like a little kid, I was like, "Oh, I want to try it," and yeah, that was the thing. So anyway. Full Throttles. I used to drink the Full Throttles. They're pretty good. 240 JZ says, "What's up, Taylor? Question for you: if you have 5 listings in the draft ready to go, when I deploy them, how do I deploy them? All at once, or rather one at a time, like I'm doing now?" I would just do them all at once. That's how I do it. I did 20 today, and then I'm going to do another 20. My lister, she has been just pumping listings out, man. Like, she's really good on photos. So like she works 6 hours. And I had her do 4 hours of photos, and I let her do 2 hours of listings. And she did, I think, 105 photos in 4 hours, maybe. I didn't count them. And then she did 25 listings in 2 hours, which, some of those had mistakes, which I had to kind of correct. But it's that's how I'm running it. I kind of just want to make her do all photos, but I eventually want her to know how to list and then realize like what the items are priced at, so she can well, she won't know that from listing, but I am having her call the items out. So when I'm picking, she just calls them from the tablet and I go grab them. So I want her to see how much money stuff's going for, so that she can eventually kind of source with me, and I could eventually teach her to go to the store and give her a credit card and have her go sourcing if she wants. Or if I trust her, not if she wants, if I trust her. But that's something I'm kind of thinking about. Renee says, "Thank you." Let's see. Renee has another question. Renee, I'm going to start charging you for questions. One more thing. For promoting listings, what do you recommend? Everyone I ask says depend on the item. They say don't specify. Can you break down what works for you and what for you that could work for others? I don't promote. That's what works for me. I just give offers. I run discounts. I don't promote anything. No. Kristen's laughing, probably at my German. This is a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch, the beige chino, size 3130, sold for $14 plus $8.99 shipping, and it is over a pound. So we're gonna put it in the flat rate. Bearded Poke Tuber says Tad is a great brand. Okay, sold some jeans from them for $130. See, I don't even know like. That store's probably not even where I'm at, And you're drinking a Full Throttle? Dude, heck yeah. I could get down with some Full Throttles. I used to drink the Full Throttles, and I would drink the Mountain Dew Amp before, like, baseball games back in the day. Yeah. Let's get this on here. Come on. Fingers aren't working. This is a Vans t-shirt. Did not sell for much money. And you said, yeah, Red Bull's the first one in the 80s. Probably, that makes sense. Red Bull. You ever have those red lines that you get from like the GNCs and stuff? You got to be 18 to buy them though. I've never really bought one just to like drink. I know like people I've tasted some from other people, but I've never just bought one. Okay. I always put the monster back here because I'm afraid of like spilling it all over my computer and stuff. Renee's talking about selling the Rock Revival women's. Yeah, they do pretty good. 45 to 55 is really good money for them. I've definitely gotten less money for them, but that's pretty good. This is Harley Davidson men's jeans, just like a blue pair. I must have had them priced too high. They dropped down to the sale. Well, it's because the inseam's 34, but they measure out to 30. So like that's 4 inches off. Usually I wouldn't list this, but this is an older item. So that's why it dropped all the way down to like 10 plus shipping. But Harley Davidson can do pretty good. This one did not. And it may get returned, but it'll be a lesson learned. Hopefully they looked at the photos. Man, I've had a lot of buyers ask for like measurements, and the measurements in the photo. I'm like, dude, I'm like, they're in there. Just check them out. There we go. But yeah, I talked to my friend. He watched the day in the life video. He's like, yeah, it was good, man. He said, seemed like you took a long time around like the coffee and the eating the banana part. He's like, you probably could have sped through some of that stuff. And I was like, I know. It was an hour and 20 minutes of footage, and I dropped it down to 20 something. But yeah, it's kind of tough what to take out and what to leave in. So I hope y'all like just either skip through. I should have put timestamps. I was going to put a timestamp for when the actual first store is, in case people just wanted to get to, they want to get straight to the thrifting or whatever. But it wasn't like a Dallas day. It was kind of like, I thrifted for a number of hours and had to commute a little bit. But I want to do a regular day in the life of like not sourcing, just so you guys can see how boring that day is. Because they can be pretty boring, man. 240 JZ says, laugh out loud. Yeah, how you send them all at once. Thanks, man. How you send them all? Oh, I don't know how. You go to drafts, and then you have all the drafts lined up, and you just check mark the top one. And then I always double check to make sure the SKUs are in there, because I want to make sure that's correct. And they'll usually all be in SKU order. And then I press launch, and then if there's any issues, it won't let you launch it. It'll say like you forgot the size or whatever. Yeah, that's how you do it. All right, let's get the next one. This is a pair of Jack and Jones jeans. It's got like the it's like the Italian looking thing on it, I guess. Jack and Jones jeans. That looks like a baseball diamond though. So these sold for okay, just gonna grab the envelope. Sold for $20.99 plus $8.99. So these Jack and Jones are pretty decent. I don't find them very often, but definitely selling. It's a gray pair. These are button fly as well. Man. And there we go. PokeTuber says it's closer to you than me. It's based in California. California's still pretty far. You're on the East Coast? Okay. 240's talking to Renee about that. 20 a day. Hang on a second. You said if you're new 2% across the board. Oh, you're talking about the promoted listings. Once you get your business up, making a lot of sales, you'd use 10%, but you would need a store like mine to sell 20 a day. Yeah, I mean, I'm selling quite a bit, dude. And that's the thing. Like, it's different when your store's like 4,500 items, like, and then some of my sales aren't even that profitable. Like, they're just a little bit of profit, but it's still just kind of adds to the day or the sales. So it ends up being enough money, to cover business expenses and things like that. Speaking of business expenses, I'm going to look at the rentals. They're office buildings. It's like $1 a square foot downtown in one of the more iconic buildings in my town, which is a pretty good price. Yeah, it's all bills paid and stuff. And then they provide parking and all that stuff. But It's like a 250 square feet, and the idea is try to drive traffic there so people can bring their items. But I think what might work better is one, getting a permit to like solicit, like knock on doors and ask them if I can buy their men's clothes or if they have any they want to sell, or if they just want to, um, like want me to go donate them for them, something like that. I think that will work. Or just marketing is like, hey, reach out to me and we'll set up an appointment and I'll come to you so you don't have to leave your house and that kind of thing. But I don't know if I'm going to get the office right away because I think I need to try the other methods first, just on foot and knocking on doors. So that's going to be tomorrow. I meet with her at 11:10 or 11:15. So hopefully she's a nice person, and maybe just like putting the idea in her head, she can give me some ideas. Yeah, the higher standard. It's not Dallas. I do not live in a expensive town. So yeah, it's pretty cheap. They have one that's like 660 square feet, and that could hold all my warehouse. Plus, it has a private office, and it's right in front of the elevator on the 9th floor. But like, am I going to drive people to that building? Like, I don't know. A lot of people in my town don't go downtown that often. So it's a, and it's a 6-month lease, which is actually really good. But then, even at $250 a month, that's $1,500 for 6 months. So are you going to risk that to try to drive the traffic, or try to do it organically, like through, knocking on doors and things like that? James Steiner says big scores are great, but for most resellers, would be better off concentrating on bread and butter and volume. Yeah, I mean, volume definitely has its challenges, but I mean, think about it. I go to these stores all the time. Like, I've been doing this for a while, and then like I don't find $50 items that often. I find a lot of $20 items, a lot of $25 items, a lot of $20 items. Yeah, I already said that. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough to find like that really good stuff. So, Flip It Good, what's up? How's it going? This was a Hollister long sleeve shirt. I would not get Hollister long sleeve shirts. It sold for $7 plus $9, so like $16. Not great though. $49.88. Here's a Ralph Lauren. So yeah, this sold for $8 plus $8.99. So $17 on a polo is good if you spend $3 or $4, but you would not want to spend $9. Because the profit's so low. No One Design. Do you do a % off coupon store wide, or do you use them after certain times when the item has passed done listing? Yeah, so I did the coupon in November and December. I don't do them anymore. I did them at that time. I feel like because I had the coupon plus the store-wide discount, like I just like my markdown sale. I don't know if eBay chose one or the other, but it's like when the coupon came, no one went for the store-wide sale anymore, it seemed like. I don't know. It was kind of weird. I wonder if they just chose that type of traffic or what. Like it's very odd. So I'm just not doing anything but the markdowns right now. Let's see. $240 Jay-Z says on the desktop. You said there's no launch on the drafts page. Let's see. I can go to it right now. Let's pull the page. And I'll tell you exactly where it is. Although I don't have anything to launch because I already launched them today. Okay, let's knock this out. So you go to listings, you go to drafts. And then it says here actions. You click mark actions, and then you go to resume drafts, which is the oval right above the actions. And then it'll bring another drop down, and you just check all those and you just put list. So if that doesn't help, then hit me up on Instagram and I'll shoot a video and send you a video if you really need it. Vicky says, it wasn't until I started watching resellers that I realized how many people dislike the color brown. I usually avoid orange clothes, but now I avoid browns too. I don't mind the color myself. I don't know. The thing about colors and stuff is like some people, depending on their skin tone, there's different colors that make it like looks better on you. Like I look really good in pastels because my skin it'll tan a little bit, and the pastels and stuff look really good, like yellows and things like that. But I don't want to wear no yellow shirt or like a fuchsia shirt, you know. But yeah, those are the ones that look good. This one is I actually did pay up for this one. Jeez, man. So this is an Under Armour. It's a short sleeve. Oh my god, the lighting. This is an Under Armour short sleeve button shirt. Now I paid $7.29 for this because it's a 3XL. And this is like their plaid, like fishing type vintage shirts for Under Armour. I bought 3 of these because I was so confident in them. And this is the first one to sell. This one sold for $18 plus $8.99 shipping. So they're all in for like, you know, $27 pretty much. And I paid, you know, let's just say $8 after taxes. And that's pretty good. It takes a little bit for me to spend more than $5, but if the sell-through is there and I've sold it before, then I'm confident. Oh, I missed this one. What a Flipper said, I'm trying to get away from promoted because I'm getting too many non-search impressions, which is when people check out the eBay, shows the item, and I feel like that's wasting my time and it hurts. Yeah, have a YouTube channel, man, and see the impressions go up and no buys, because mine has skyrocketed. But I still managed to sell. So, and a lot of people promote, but it's tough because it's hard to look at it from like a month to month. You kind of got to look at it for a year. But I quit things after a couple months on doing that stuff. This is the Under Armour Project Rock. Oh man, it's not here, but I must have given out an offer because this one sold for a little cheaper than usual. Okay, this one's the next one. This is a Ralph Lauren. This is a blue and black plaid shirt. And this person asked, like, when I do the inseam, when I do the pit to pit and the length, I do the length from like, you see where the seam is here? From the bottom of the seam down. But on collared shirts, people think it's from the top of the collar. But if you go to Google and type in like length of a shirt, it'll show this seam is where you do the length from. So a lot of people ask me like, hey, what part is this thing at? Because I only take a picture of the bottom, like the end measurement. So I need to have a quick key answer that I can just press a couple letters and then it'll populate like the correct information. Because I always have to type like, oh, it's from the bottom of the collar or whatever. But I get that question quite often. But yeah, this sold for $13 plus $8.99 shipping. And it's a Ralph Lauren. This was the Blake cut too. The Blake cuts sell for a little bit more, or a little more often. No one designs. Do you turn off best offer on new listings or just turn them on all listings? Best offer is on all the time. Absolutely. Yeah, dollar square foot is this building I'm looking at. The smaller sales add up and are my bread and butter between $30 plus items. Sorry, I just like when I hear bread and butter, I'm just like, I've heard it so much. And it's because of what you can live off of bread and butter. But if you guys even like ate bread and butter for like that many meals in a row, like for me, it'd be like oatmeal and saltine crackers. Like I could eat that. I could eat oatmeal and saltine crackers probably 2 meals a day for like my whole life. But bread and butter, I don't know, man. I feel like you just get like way too heavy. 240 JZ says best offer ranks you higher on eBay site, so leave it on when you can and just decline offers. I never decline offers either. I always counter. What a Flipper says, check them, hit bulk item. Oh, check it, hit bulk edit, and then yeah. So you're trying to answer the question for the other person. Lisa and friends, I don't do best offer on items under 15, but that's just what works for us personally. Okay, fair enough. Let's see this one. Okay, so yeah, here's the Project Rock. Project Rock is like Dwayne Johnson's like little, I guess, brand inside Under Armour. And his stuff, it sells pretty good. This was a sleeveless like pullover with the hood, but this one went for way cheaper than usual. So I'm not really sure what happened on this one. Maybe I accidentally sent too low an offer, but This one went for 11 plus $8.99, so only like $19.99 when these should go for like 30 bucks. So that's okay though. I mean, I do like people getting a really good deal though. I think that's important because it makes them happy and they'll come back. Yeah, 240 JZ. So you resume drafts and then you re-click it and then list all of them at once. So yeah. Like I said, 240 JZ, hit me up on Instagram and say, hey man, send me a video and I'll send you a personal video of what I do so you can see it. And if your computer looks different, then you'll have to call eBay or just do something like that. Yeah, and Lisa and Friend says to go to the Auction Professor's videos. Okay. Caleb Orr, have you been grabbing a camo cargo shorts? The flex ones pop off for me. 35 shipped, usually within a week. I always grab the American Eagle camo cargo shorts. I grab a bunch of camo cargo shorts. I'll even grab like Redhead. Some of the cheaper ones. I've sold like a Faded Glory one too. If the size is right. And if it's $1, I mean, don't go crazy on no. Don't be like, oh, Taylor's selling all this crap brands. No, I'm getting them like really, really cheap. J Lamb says, hi Taylor, love the videos. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it when people say that. Have you tried using templates for listing? Everyone talks about selling similar, but I find templates to be much faster. Trying to understand if I'm missing something. No, man, the templates are absolutely fast. My friend Brian uses templates. And the thing about templates is like, since you have to upload the photos each time, there's less errors for mistakes, but I do think there's a few more clicks. If you have a large store like mine, you can find the exact same item, and literally the only thing you change is the photos. And that's why I do sell similar. So, all right, this is a cool one. This is Oakley's. Look at this print, this floral print. It's got the green, blue, and like pink. Oakley swim trunks. Well, these are actually board shorts. Sold for 12 plus $8.99, so $20.99. Really nice looking color. Excuse me. So we were looking to get season passes to the water park because my son is now, he's out of the womb. So we think we're gonna pass because it was only $70 a year, which isn't bad, but they're about to go up in price tomorrow. So that'd be $140. But I think it's only like if you go after 4 p.m., they discount it and it's really cheap to go up there. So we would have to go like more than 10 times. I don't think we're going to go up there 10 times. So we're just going to pay each time. And I got a friend who's one of the like main managers there, and she can get us like day tickets, things like that. So. All right. This was one that I got just because it was cool looking and it sold. So this is it's actually Nike, but it's got the red, white, and blue like flag. It doesn't have stars on it. I think it's more of like the Texas flag. And I just bought it because it looks good, but Nike swimwear doesn't do great for me. But it sold for $8 plus $8.99 in like a couple days. So $17 for some swim trunks. Nike, pretty good for me. These I'm spending like $250 on. So it's not bad. Yeah, I try to pick up stuff that sells. Like I want stuff to sell. I don't care if it's only like $5 profit or anything like that. Like I just want it to sell, quickly. Let's see. Samantha says, this is probably going to change with your new employee, but how many sales do you currently average per month? How many listings do you average per month? And how many items do you search per month? Samantha wants all the data. It's tough because I recently I'm going to add an extra sourcing day like in a bigger city. So those are going to add to my hours of work. But like right now I have all these photos done. So it kind of cuts down on my actual photoing time, which I hate photos. I can just kind of give you the numbers for last year because it is going to change, like you said. Let's see. So last year I sold just under 10,000 items in the year. So I'll get the calculator on my phone. I think it was like let's just say like 9,650 divided by 12, divided by 30. So that's like 26 sales a day last year. And I was listing between 30 and 35 items a day, all of last year. So not quite like, 30 into 30, but like, yeah, that's how it was. And then as my store got bigger and bigger, I took down a bunch of items and had a garage sale to kind of liquidate. And then you said, how many do I source per month? Well, per week, I probably spend like $1,000 on inventory. And, 30, 35 a day, but like now it's different. Yeah. So now it's like, I think Friday I launched like 50 or 60 items. Saturday I launched like 30 items. And then today I've launched 20, but I'll probably do another 20. And then tomorrow I'll have still like 20 I can launch. Well, no, I'll have like 0. So I'll have to do photos, but my employee comes in for 3 hours tomorrow to do photos. So yeah, right now it's more like when I can put them out, I'll put them out, but I'm trying to definitely not have any 0 days. Like I want to have at least 20 going out, Yeah, I'm sourcing as much as possible. Kind of. It's just tough because I only have 2 stores in my town, 2 thrift stores. And they're good. They're good stores, but they're not like thrift giants. Like they're not massive stores. One store is a big store. It's a Goodwill. It's the only Goodwill in town. And then the other one's like a church thrift store type. And then the other 2 are really bad. And I don't even go to them anymore. Johnny Munoz, what's your net average profit before taxes? What a tough question. My net average profit before taxes. Net average profit before taxes. Like profit per item or per year? Because it's like $650 per item. So I made like 60 grand last year. That's what I made. And now it'll probably be a little bit more, maybe. And then I have YouTube money, which is nice. And then I have another business that I'm working on. So I don't know. It's not, that's 60 grand on almost 200,000 in sales. That's 191,000 in sales to get 60,000, which I think is good. I lived in my town for like 30,000 a year. So, but now we're able to like upgrade things. Got a carport that's going to be built. That was like $5,500. So we're really excited for that. And I have a 4-car driveway. So there's that. And then my wife just talked to me. She's like, hey, Seth's getting bigger. That's my 5.5-month-old son. She's like, hey, we need to redo the spare bathroom. Because I redid the master bath whenever we first moved in. It took a year to do. And I did it all like after work. This is before eBay. And I did it on the weekends. And it cost $5,000. And I did the Hardy backer board. I did everything to it except for the pan. And then I even tiled it myself. And she wants to do with the bathtub and stuff inside the just 50K net. Yeah, I'll read this. Anyway, yeah, she wants to start demoing the bathroom. So do you guys want video on demoing a bathroom, like mixed into reselling? Or I could do like reselling paid for my bathroom renovation, which it's like reselling pays for everything because it's the main money that I make. Wrangler long sleeves good. The Wrangler George Strait button shirts are really good long sleeves. They can sell for like 20 to 30 bucks. The pearl snaps I think are good. 240 Jay-Z said they found it. Okay, great, man. Glad we could help. Lisa and friends, I quit doing promoting listings altogether and sell similar, boost our sales every time. That's a pretty good strategy. David said, tell me, how do I get a bid on 2 different items? Both of them have no views and no watches. You want to know how somebody can buy those items with no views and no watches? Or how did I get a bid on 2 different items? Man, I don't think it updates. I don't think it's like a quick update. those views and stuff on eBay. Because think about how many items there are. I don't know how good eBay is at that, but that's just me speculating. I'm not sure. Rip and Flip says I use Magic Chrome plugin to create shortcuts for phrases. Yeah, I use TextBlaze. It's a Chrome extension as well. Same thing. But yeah, backslash like D backslash F. It just populates a phrase. That's a good hack, dude. I'm gonna get some fluids. Okay, so yeah, these two these Levi 560s, one of them had a paint stain on it. These are 40 size 30. The same buyer bought both of them, and he's all in for $51.96. Okay. 240 Jay-Z says only time I turn on best offers is when someone offers something and you're willing to take, but you always accept it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of different strategies with best offer. I think it's good to have them on. Renee, have you ever thought about selling on Whatnot? I don't think I get my items cheap enough for Whatnot, and I have thought about it because I have a friend who's on there. It's Ashley with Recloth Collection. She said she could like refer me because it's better to get a referral, and obviously you show them like what you have going on when you do your little meeting. But I don't think I get them cheap enough, and I do think I'd be okay on camera and stuff. I just don't know if it would work. And I don't really want to go to the bins and get stuff for cheap. I just not really my game. The other stuff I'm developing is going to be much more lucrative, I think. Jerry says I live in a military town, have access to a lot of military shorts and pants. You do pick those up? Some of them, yeah. I pick up the ACUs and the BDUs. I do not pick up the shirts unless it's like there's Massive has one that I pick up. You know, you just kind of look up comps, but if it's active military stuff, you're not supposed to sell that anywhere. So you would put that as a collectible is what I do. So kind of got to be careful with it. But yeah, I definitely do. I live in a military town as well. Miss Lachey says, hey, Miss Lachey. She says, when selling similar, some sellers mean sell similar off your own listings. That way you know it's correct and all items. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. What did you do before reselling? Most recently, before reselling, I worked as a copier repairman for commercial copiers. So we had a number of clients, the hospital, lawyers, and a bunch of businesses pretty much. And I would go in, I would inspect the copier, do the cleaning, and then I'd see what's wrong. And then I'd go back to the office, order the part. Part came in, repair the machine. We would do installations. We would do some of the like light networking type stuff to connect the copiers. And what sucked about that job was you had to wear slacks and a polo and tuck it in and wear dress pants, but then you're on your knees using wrenches and getting toner. It was I was like, why can't we wear jeans and boots, man? Why do we got to wear like dress shoes? It was so crazy. But it was a small company and they kept losing people at that job, like different departments or whatever. And I had to pick up more and more work and I just wasn't getting paid for what I thought was right. And then when my grandma passed, I just realized like, I don't need to be wasting my life making somebody else a millionaire. Like I need to just build my own kind of thing. And that's whenever I decided to quit. And I wasn't making, I think I was making 15 an hour with 100% health insurance taken care of. And I got to drive a company car. So it was kind of nice for that. But I was making probably like 20,000 on eBay, like part-time, 20 to 25. So when I quit my job, I was like, well, I need to really make back that like 55. I was in the 50, 55 range. So then the next full year of eBay, I think I had half of my work money from that job plus eBay, and I was at 58,000. And then one full year of eBay, I think I was at like 62 or something like that. So yeah. So Johnny says that's about 30% net profit before taxes. Yeah. So it's like 30. Yeah, it's like 30 something percent profit per item, I guess, on the sales. No one designed to 190K and 50K net. Jesus, your overhead must be massive. I don't know what you mean by overhead. I mean, everything's out of my house, right? So like my biggest bill, one of the biggest bills is postage, like labels. I had let's see. I spent over 50,000 on labels last year, and cost of goods is like close to that, maybe. And I don't know. It's definitely a lot, but at the same time, like, one second. Try to find this item. Okay, I gotta do pirate ship on the jeans because they're too big for the envelopes. So yeah, I mean, I don't have like I'm not college educated. I don't know like I'm not like close enough with anybody in town to become like their number two guy for a business. So in my town, at least, to make that 60K is kind of tough. Even teachers are at like 42, and like I have friends who are like a dentist and like a one that works as a pharmacist. They did like 8 years of college and they're at 90, what is it? It's 8 grand a month, 96,000 a year, right? And they have massive student loans, like quarter million, half a million. So I think it's pretty good. I mean, but my house I bought in 2016 and it was like $89,000 for a, 15 1,500 square foot, 3 bedroom, two bath. So like our cost of living is low in this town. It's very low. So it's much different when people hear that because a lot of people are like, that's not enough. Like you're doing too much work for all that. But I don't think people understand like my brand new Civics paid off. Like, I mean, it's just a lot different for everyone's situation. And that's why I think it's kind of tough to compare yourself to people on the internet. So, but yeah. I hope to make more. I plan to make more money. Yeah, our house, buying a house at the right time. God, the light's getting hot. Buying a house at the right time was massive. And we actually refinanced to a 15-year, and it's still like, it's still so much cheaper than what other people have to deal with. So I hate it. My friend's trying to buy a house and it's just really hard on them, man. Okay, this one's gonna be pretty heavy. Let's see, 4 pounds. 4 pounds. But yeah, we got 77 people in the chat with 27 likes. I appreciate everyone in here. I hope you're having a good weekend. I know I am. Okay. Yes. 12 by 14. Shoot. My wife said she needs help. She's with the baby, but I'm going to remember where I am on the chat and I'll come up and answer questions if more questions come in, but I'm going to walk out and I'll be right back. Real quick, what is it? I know it's a mess, buddy. I know it's a mess. Say hi. Say hi. You see yourself? This is Seth, everybody. 77 people say hi to my son. He just threw up on his mom. So she said, help. He didn't get any on him, though. He said, I didn't get any on me. Oh, you said hi. See his tooth? Say, look, I got one tooth. I got one tooth. Seth is 5.5 months. He's getting big. He can't stand yet. Hey, bud. Hey. Anyway, he's our first kid, and we're gonna have one more at least, and we're gonna go for next summer, I think, when we're gonna have him. So I'll turn this down so you get more Seth. But yeah, he's gonna be a reseller too. I don't know. He'll be whatever he wants to be, right? But he's definitely gonna work for me. I'm not gonna have him work during his school year, but I'm gonna have him work on the during the summer if he's not playing like competitive sports. But yeah, he's good. He's got some cousins in town. He's got a friend across the street who's a little bit older. Who's like 2 years old. So yeah. Let's see. Johnny says very, very low net profit. The average eBay seller makes 50% net profit before taxes. Yeah, I used to make 50% when I sold everything, but when I niche down into clothes, it's much less. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you got the average for that, because I mean, there's a lot of people on eBay that don't make much money at all. And yeah, you can make that much money, but I don't know. It'd be tough to say that everyone makes 50%, especially when you scale up really big. Jason says Harry Tornado is doing a video series on using bin sales to renovate a house. Yeah. I saw one of those, I think, when he bought the house initially. I don't want to like do like a series. I just want to throw in clips of it because I'm gonna have to put my construction hat back on. I've done a lot of that type of work before, and it's pretty fun to watch. It's nice to document it on YouTube, I guess. Easy, buddy, easy, buddy. He always puts his arms out like for balance. Say something to the mic. Can you say something? Say, oh. No. All right. Hopefully she cleans up so I can get back to listing. Let's see. Flippin' and Shippin' says, I'm at a huge learning curve from going to hard goods to clothing. Sales have dropped quite a bit. Do you suggest for lowest sell-through rate picking up clothing as a beginner? No, you want the highest sell-through rate. You don't want anything low sell-through, or else it won't sell. Sorry to have to put you on the spot. I can't imagine doing 30 a day. I struggle doing 5 listings a day, and I'm only part-time though. Oh no, it's fine. It's yeah, you'll get used to it though. You know, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And as long as your systems, improve in speed, then you'll be able to pump them out no problem. So you list vintage for the military stuff? Yeah, there's a couple categories you can do. That's a good one too. You okay? Let me give him a little couple pats. He likes looking at himself though. Ugh. There we go. Use your legs, son. Use your legs. Okay. Let's go through these questions. How often do you dig into price discovery and sales through rate on items? I look them up a lot. I mean, I used to do it on every single item. Now I don't do that. If I've sold it before, I'll pick it up again. But if it's a new brand, I look it up absolutely. And if it's an item that I haven't seen sell recently, then if it's an item I haven't seen sell recently, then I'll look it up just to make sure that the numbers are still there. Are you having a good time looking at yourself? Say, that's Seth. That's me in the camera on TV. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to give him back to his mom. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about this. Bear with me. Come on, buddy. Come on. Okay. Clean that. I hit my funny bone just now. Yeah, that's... Oh, no. Cancel. Almost backed out of the page. All right, back to it. Let's get back to it. Let me go through a couple questions. Jason Miller is talking about everyone gets 1/3 roughly. Okay. I don't know if you mean sell-through rate or like 33%. 240 JZ, can you explain what you're doing on private ship when you package the item that's too big for envelope? Yeah, I'm about to do it right here. So this is packed up, right? And in pirate ship, you can import the sales from eBay, and you find the exact one. Turns up just a little bit, and then you go to I guess I already did this one. You go to like there's a couple different ones you can choose, and I picked the it's got like 3 different things. It says box and bag, like poly envelope, that type of thing, cubic shipping. And this one's gonna come out to cubic shipping. So you just sign up for Pirate Ship, create a username, password. It's free. And then yeah, that's pretty much what you do. Just check out the options, put the correct dimensions in there, and see what's cheapest. It'll give you, US, or it'll give you, I think, UPS and maybe FedEx too. I'm not sure. I think it gives you all of them. But yeah, there's that. So most small businesses don't see a profit for a few years. eBay gives the opportunity to make profit pretty quick. Yeah, almost instantly. Jason says you're killing it for sure. Thank you, Jason. No One Design says, I'm just saying 190,000 and you're netting 60K. I think you can streamline your efficiency and business, cost of goods, supplies, etc. I think you're sleeping on money somewhere. I would just challenge you to do it yourself and let me know, because people say that all the time. And I just think, I think it's tough if you don't see it all yourself. But then there's some people that are doing it. It's just like, it's finding the item, right? And cost of goods is going up, like shipping is going up, like my skills going up, which is good. But yeah, it's not like, 50% I think is kind of rare unless you're an everything seller. And I would even challenge the people making 200K. I know somebody who sold 230,000 in clothing, and he's close to 50% sell or profit. And he's just like, he's doing things a little different. I'm trying to like copy what he's doing, but he's closer to the good store, so he can get there more times during the week than I can. And I think that's part of it too. But I appreciate the confidence that I can make more. I think I will, but it's going to be through another business, is what I'm thinking. So the Higher Standard said, I started my own business when my mom died at an early age. She was literally on her deathbed yelling at me for making others rich. Yeah, that's pretty much what everyone's doing when you're working for somebody else. I mean, and some people are okay just punching the clock, and that's a fine living too. I did it for many years. Everyone show some love and hit the likes. Flipping and shipping said, thank you. Jason says, Pirate Ship offers volume shipping rates. Yeah, they get the deal for all the ones they do. All the love for Seth. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, Seth's a cutie. That a boy. Very cute. Hi, cute. Oh, my gosh, he's adorable. Yes, he really is. He takes after his mom, too, which I hope he gets more of my, like, darker skin. But we'll see. Like, I mean, I'm not dark skinned, but like I do tan and stuff like that, because I'm half Panamanian, if you guys were wondering. Yeah, projectile vomiting. Yeah, luckily I didn't get much. He just kind of spits them out. Usually he did it on her though. Yeah, no, Seth loves the camera, man. He loves the camera. I don't know how much I want to put him on YouTube, but I like documenting him. Like I'll be able to look at this clip later on and stuff. So. YouTube is very powerful. It's a very powerful tool. Okay, this is a Larry Mahan. Larry Mahan is like a cowboy brand. This one sold for $15.99 plus shipping. So I usually price these higher. I priced this one a little lower because it was just beige. But usually I price them at $19.99 plus shipping. And of course it's right, like 1.1. So I'm gonna have to use an envelope for this one. Kind of stinks. It's going to Brooklyn, New York, too. Yeah, I grew up around the family. Jason's saying. No One Design says, is that price tag on his jammies? I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe. I mean, he got so many new clothes. I doubt it, though. It could just be like another tag. You said, Michelle Shea says, your guess is a lot of people don't know their numbers. Yeah, I mean, it does take some, some people know too much of their numbers, and then some people don't know any at all. Like some people, they itemize everything with spreadsheets, and I think that's kind of hurts on your time when you do this many, but yeah. But yeah, if you do $500 in sales a day, it's like 185,000, I think, in sales. So that's how that goes. This is a pair of Vans board shorts. Got that like checkered look for the Vans. Didn't sell for much money. I accepted a low offer, but like 16 bucks. Let's see. Samantha says hit the like button for baby Seth. Yeah. Baby boy looks just like you. Thank you. I think he looks a little more like his wife. Or my wife. His wife. My wife. But we'll see. I mean, he's still so young, right? Like he could change. Someone move his chair. Never mind. He's back. Oh, I see. 240 JZ. Do you always use cubic? Yeah, I do whatever's cheapest when it comes to pirate ship. So, yeah, I go with the cheapest method. Just cubic typically. Some more Monster. Okay, gotta pump through these, man. Let's see. 240 JZ says, forgot to tell you, did Goodwills for a little bit and been doing the bins for about a month yesterday and found my first ever Lululemon find. It might not be a big seller, but it's nice to finally find it. Yeah, it's kind of fun to do that. I found my first pair of Lulu pants that fit me. It's a pair of black pants. So I'm trying to think what shirts I can wear with it. But yeah, it's a cool piece, man. The material feels really nice. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Jason says, I've tried adding YouTube to the business model, but I guess I'm just not entertaining. Any tips? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know, because I started the channel, and I was going to do a video about this, like my channel history. But when I started, I was doing, eBay part-time and YouTube part-time. And I think I got up to like 300 and something subscribers, but it was mainly because I would go and like try to talk to people in the chats and try to get my name out there. But I think those people were just subbing because they were like, oh, he's watching all my stuff, it's really just consistency and trying to improve the quality, with what you're talking about. And you have to be authentic and stuff like that. And yeah, like personality and entertainment and looks, all that stuff plays a value. I read in a book for college, it was a college class, sociology. People who look better than others make, like, if you're average looking, you make 5% more money than below average. And if you're above average, you make 5% more than the average. If you're taller and like a white male, you make more money on average than other people. So there's a lot of things that go into like attracting the content and things like that. But for me, man, I didn't succeed in YouTube in the first 2 years. Like I pretty much gave up on it. I almost deleted this channel too. Like, I think I mentioned in that one video how I became full-time. Like I did a video game channel. It's Settler Sean. Settlers of Catan. I played Colonist.io. It's an online Catan. And I did like 20 videos, but I had my iMac. So once I had my iMac with Final Cut Pro, my editing skills on the gaming channel really boosted what I could do on the reselling stuff. And then whenever I was YouTubing my reselling in the beginning, I was making some money, but I was just trying to copy other people's stuff. But once I like really figured out how to do like the numbers I'm doing and that, once I came back to YouTube to share that, a lot of people were now watching YouTube content about resellers, which before there were some, but ever since COVID, a lot of people came in and started watching this type of content. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And I put videos out every couple days. I mean, I try to be as consistent as possible without sacrificing my eBay business. So I don't know, man. That's a lot of tips, but it's mainly like perseverance. I don't know. Because it's demoralizing when you put in like 4 or 5 hours and you do the video and you get like 30 views. And what's crazy is like, like eventually you'll get more and more as long as you're putting out stuff that people want to hear. You can't just, it's almost like listing an item on eBay. If it's not a good item or there's too much of the same type, people aren't really going to go for it. So you got to kind of bring something to the table. Samantha, have you ever considered cross listing? I did in the very beginning, but I don't. I just don't. I don't know. I think eBay does pretty good on getting the sales and stuff, so I'm just stuck with them. Renee says, do you recommend using a sold listing for information or creating your own from scratch? I do my own store because I know the listings in my store and I know they're pretty much what I expect it to look like. And it's not what everyone does, but you know, I put as little item specifics as possible. I think a very strong title, strong pictures, and then like obviously the recommendeds and maybe a couple of the other ones is all you need. But some people say, well, why do that? You know, why would that be the case? But that's just how I've been doing it because I'm about speed, trying to get these sales in. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm all about. So, and I think cross listing could help with sales, but I think it hurts on time a little bit. No one designs. I've done this in the past to get free inventory on clothing, all on community complexes. I drop a card saying, if you want to donate clothing and don't have time, call for someone who'll pick them up for free. Okay, so that is an interesting thing. I was just talking about to somebody at the car wash today about this. You said you've stopped doing it when you moved to this area where the inventory was great and the prices were low, so there's not much competition. Yeah, so you're right in the sweet spot. I'm actually starting that, I don't know if it's grassroots is the right term, but I may even start knocking on doors. I may get a permit to solicit and just knock on doors and talk to people. I'm also going to go to like downtown community events. I think what I'm going to do is it's going to be like cash for clothes. We'll also donate for you. So what I'm going to do is, hey, do you have any men's clothes for sale? If so, like bring them all to your porch. I'll come pick them up. And then I'll give you money for what I can. And then if you have a donation place of your choice, I'll take what I don't, you know, use or whatever and donate. So I think that's how I'm going to try to do it. But yeah, I think that is a very powerful way to get really, really cheap inventory or possibly free. I don't want to just pick up donation stuff because you said don't knock on doors. Yeah. But I mean, are you as good a salesman as me? Like I'm pretty convincing, but you're right. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I could even have my employee go. So we could just do like a neighborhood thing. And I used to do this for like the school selling candy and chocolate for football and things like that, baseball. It could work. I don't know if I want to pay her to knock on doors, but think about it. If you get like a good score, then, you know, and maybe they tell their friends or whatever. No one desires says I can sell air to sky. Okay. I mean, it's pretty good, but okay. PK Zink says, I ran a radio station for years and want to say you do a great job being able to keep up the interesting monologue and multitasking. Keep it up. Thank you, Zink. And speaking of that, I need to keep going because I have to get those groceries at 3. We're 32 minutes from like grocery time. And I know my wife wants some like time to kind of do her own thing. Man, I'm not being able to get the corners of these very easily today. Okay. The radio, though, do you have one of those radio voices? How would you do it? Be like, welcome in to KLRZ, bringing you nonstop action. Or, let's see. I don't know. That's pretty bad. I always think of that like sound, that wow, 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 the alarm sound or whatever they do, the siren type sound. I think of that anytime I think of radio. Like they're hitting the soundboards, you know? That's cool, man. It's got to be a cool job. Like our local celebrities, like the weatherman. Like, I guess, I don't even know about the radio personalities, but definitely the weather people and like the newscasters. I feel like that'd be a horrible job, though. I don't know. It's too much on other people's time. Oh, these are a pair of the North Face hiking pants, beige. Sorry, I haven't been telling what I'm selling, but you'll see the better sales in the video early part this week, probably Tuesday. This one is 511 tactical long sleeve button shirt. see. Miss Lachey says, title info, item specifics are searchable. Description is icing on the cake. Yeah, that's good. I think, yeah, item specifics. It's all good stuff. You've done literal drops door to door. Yeah, dude. I mean, the problem is nowadays people are different about answering their door than before. So there's a lot more fear, a lot more things like that. Like, and even like talking to a younger person face to face, like a 20-something, they don't communicate as well. I don't think. I think a lot of them either have like some form of like fear when it comes to interpersonal communications, you know. I don't know. I don't know what happened. There was like a time where everything kind of like just changed. We'll blame it on the cell phones. Blame it on the phones. This is a pair of Cinch jeans. Cinch, it's good, right? Some Cinch jeans really good. This one's the bronze one, and I took an offer of $10 plus shipping. So people want to get like 30, 40 bucks for Cinch, but I'm only going to make like $6 on this pair of jeans. And, you know, I could have made plus another 10, so 16 is what I could have made at the top end. But I took the 6 profit because I'll find another Cinch jean like next week. So I take it, you know, I take it. So yeah. PK Zig says, I didn't like the on-air shows because I was behind the scenes running the show, stage manager, program director. I have an aunt that does that for the news. Yeah. Some people are better at that, you know. You're like the point guard kind of. Quarterback. Would the news anchors be like the receivers? The receivers are usually the divas. I feel like that's who would be that role. Also, for polymailers, when you have to use it because of the weight, what shipping do you choose? So I weigh it in the polymailer. So these are usually first class. If it's over a pound, it goes in the envelope. So I think that's what you're saying. The only reason no one designs trying to say that the only reason that you say don't knock on doors is because the time sunk and they all want to talk your ear off. And if you don't listen to them, they won't donate. Yeah, some people are equally as talkative. That's a good point. I would probably just say like, hi, my name's Sean. I run a clothing reselling store. And I'm trying to give you cash for clothes. And I'm thinking about what to say. I'll have this written out. Cash for clothes, and I'll also take your donations for like men's. And I was like, do you want cash for your men's clothes today? Or something like that. Like I try to say cash enough times and then hopefully not get jumped. But then maybe they're like, yeah, I have some men's clothes, or no, I'm not interested, and then go to the next one. So the other thing is if they say, oh, come on in, and you're just like, I guess you can go in. But what if they go pack up their clothes and it takes them like half an hour? So I guess there's some downsides, but yeah, it may be better just to go to events, right, downtown, and like just pass the card out there. Go to big gatherings where people are at, talk to them. But hey, I'm just thinking of ideas, man. I mean, until I try it, you never really know. Let's see. And yeah, and the thing is, I'm not trying to get them to give me the clothes. I'm trying to give them money for their clothes. And I think that entices people, you know. And maybe I'll get like some video games out of it. They're like, oh, I have video games now. That probably wouldn't happen nowadays, but you never know. You never know. This is Duluth Trading Co. Flex Fire Hose pants, size 44 waist. And those I also accepted $10 plus shipping. So not the most money, but $6 is $6, man. 152.02. I gotta turn this thing around. Bam. Miss Lachey says, if I don't know you, I'm not expecting you. The door doesn't open. Yeah. Got that ring. You got the ring camera. Everyone's got the ring cameras now. You just press the mic and say, hey, go away. I don't know you. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I totally get it. One time, whenever I was 10, my brother was 13 or 12 or 13. And a Jehovah's Witness came to the door, and I let them in the house and gave him a Gatorade. And my parents came home when he was still in the house, and my dad was just like, what are you doing? I mean, can you imagine? He had no clue what was happening. And yeah, I just let him in, man. Me and my brother. And my brother was playing video games. And then when he saw him, he called me to the bedroom while the guy was in the living room. And my brother was like, who is that guy? I was like, I don't know. He seemed sweaty and wanted to talk about something. So I let him in and gave him a Gatorade. He's like, you can't let the strangers in. And I think my brother was calculating if he could fight this dude because he was like, 19 or something. But it was very, very different time. Very different time. Renee says, I got mixed up earlier, but I was asking if you ever thought about renting your current home and moving to a city that'll benefit your business. Oh my gosh. I mean, no, mainly because I have a young son, but we have grandparents and a lot of help here. And two, I don't know if I could afford to live somewhere else. I mean, the other places are expensive, man. Like, especially Dallas, around Dallas, all those places. I mean, you're talking like $300,000 to $500,000 for a house this size. Like, it would be crazy. Yeah, no. I mean, that's why I just commute, right? So I get to write off the miles, so it's working for now, but I'm trying to like soak up the stuff in town. And that's why I'm working on the business card, like Taylor Exchange on Facebook business page. Please go follow. I'm trying to boost that channel up. I just don't know if my Instagram content that I merged to that is enough to do it. So I'm going to start doing more face-to-face stuff. I'm trying to talk with some people in the city that do a lot of things business to business wise. And yeah, I'm trying to build it up. So go follow that page. I don't do many call to actions with my viewers, but I'm not going to ask you for money. Some people are like, just give me money. No, I mean, just, if you're on Facebook, type in Taylor Exchange, maybe you'll see the page. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of things involved with doing it. See, Jason says ads in the local paper. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. So 240 JZ says, when you do the door-to-door, how would you inspect the clothing? How do you figure out how much to pay? See, that's the other thing too. If they have it laid out, say you look and you find like a few Ralph Laurens, or you just see like, okay, there's 4 of them, right? Like, and they have like maybe 15 items, just say like, hey, I'll give you $20 or $25. And you're kind of taking shots in the dark because you don't want to inspect each one and then like put a pile of the good stuff and the bad stuff. You just want to say, you want to get rid of all that and you want cash, like, let me take it off your hands and then just deal with it whenever you go home. So it is going to take some knowledge. Like, it's not a starter move. Like, you got to have some skill to do it, I think, because you might end up losing some money or breaking even. But maybe you get that card out and then they tell someone else, hey, I got $20 from this guy for my old clothes. Like, and then maybe you come across like some vintage stuff or just things that people devalue because they've seen it in their closet forever. This is a really cool striped shirt, by the way. It's a Peter Millar Summer Comfort. Some of these basic ones sell for like, $17 to $23. Some of the better ones, like the Scotty Camerons you saw, sell closer to like $100. So, gotta keep moving though. This one is this is the Ralph Lauren Caldwell. It's the linen shirt. This one sold for $25 plus shipping. Purple one. Let's see. PK Zing says blind ads, market, Craigslist. Yeah, there's a lot of things, man, and that's a good. Craigslist is good too. Do you know your bottom number to sell an item, or do you even worry about it? Yeah, I mean, that's what that's why it helps having the flat rate shipping of $9, because that's a pretty good pad. And then you can kind of estimate like $5 for first class, sometimes it's 6 or sometimes it's 4. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like 8 plus shipping is where I'd like to be. That's $17, $16.99. But I've accepted as low as $1 if it's an item that I know I only paid $1 and it's been sitting for a while, like I took a chance on it. But yeah, ideally, like 5 plus shipping is that's $13.99. So if you paid $4, it's probably break even. But if you paid $1, and some of the stuff like it, I don't know. Yeah, it at this rate with this many items, it doesn't matter, especially if they're a repeat buyer, they're buying multiple items, or they live in Texas. I get better deals for those people because that's just how I run the business. But yeah, I don't concern myself too much with it because I'm just trying to move them because you want people to get good deals too, right? And you want to like make sure you have enough space for your inventory. You can't keep growing and not sell. Yeah, No One Design says just trying to give out tips on what I've experienced, but the trial and error or try it out yourself, just be ready to lose some time. Yeah, and I think that it's great to have all the answers, right? And to not go through the trial and error, but I think the trial and error, I think you grow and I think you learn from some of those errors. And I'm pretty hard-headed, man, so like I kind of got to learn for myself, but I think that matters. I think people that try to they never face adversity. They always win, I think when they finally get hit with like a shock of stuff, they don't really know how to handle it. And yeah, there's probably better ways to do it, but just have to see, man. Just have to see. And there's different parts of the country are different too. I mean, some people are much more receptive to that, So pretty much what I'm doing now is anytime I see somebody out in public that I think I can, just anybody really, other than like crackheads, but I try to just tell them my business idea and get feedback on like what they say. So I try to keep it under 5 minutes and just pretty much stop talking and listen and see where they're feeling, like what they would like. Because like I said, we have 0 Plato's Closet in my town, So there's no other place people can get cash for men's clothes without selling it themselves or donating it, and they're just going to get the little write-off thing. So there's definitely a hole in the market for sure. I just need to get it. I need to figure it out. Renee said, so you just mentioned that you're using your miles as a write-off. Is it better to write off car expenses like oil changes? No, it's better to do the miles. They just increased the amount of money on the miles. I think it's 62.5 cents. So it's way more than the car. And like my Civic was 30,000. So I was going to deduct the 30 grand, right? Or they end up doing it by years or however they do it. But my CPA said you're better off with the miles because I drove like a ton of miles. I think I drove 20 something thousand miles last year. So that was the way to go. That's what he recommended. So talk to your tax people if you have one. And if you don't have a tax person, just set up a meeting so that you can get some knowledge, because if you have the right questions in place, they'll spit the answers right out. And I would actually record that so you could like listen back to it later. But yeah, they're very smart. I mean, that's their career. So this is it's just a pair of board shorts, the Visla. Lisa and friend says, make up flyers listing brands you pay cash for, distribute to the mailboxes and doors. Yeah, so I think there's laws against that, but I don't know if you can just drop stuff in people's mailboxes, but the American Pickers just showed a piece of paper, knocked on doors. There is some truth to that working, but you're right. It is going to take time, as No One Designs was saying. Yeah, so the AM vets would leave brown paper bags so you could fill it up and they would pick it up. Yeah. The thing about leaving it or like having a donation. So maybe some people said have like one of those bins set up that people can drop stuff off at. I just wouldn't want a bunch of trash, And yeah, maybe if you buy a garbage bag full of clothes and you only identified a few brands, I guess what I would do is if someone had a bag of clothes, I would bring a tub, like a clear tub, and I'd lay each shirt one after another, and in my head calculate, okay, that's $2, $3, $1. That's what I'm going to pay. And then at the end, be like, okay, I'll give you this much money for it. And then, go from there. I wouldn't want to blindly buy stuff, but you don't want to waste people's time. That's the other thing. But you want to take all of it. You don't want to say, I only want these 5 shirts that are good. Keep all the trash. You want to take it all. 240 Jay-Z says, if I was doing the door-to-door thing, I would tell them that if they were down to give me the clothes, I'll tell them that I would come back and set up a few days later to pick them up. Yeah, so you can set up appointments. That's a good idea. Also, that's what I want to use the Facebook business page for, so people can set up stuff for payments and whatnot, or payments for appointments. So Jason says the newspaper, they're talking about submitting articles, write a weekly article about you, the business, and they'll pay you. Interesting. You could use the Chat GPT to write up a pretty good article too, really fast. I just don't know. The paper seems such like a dated thing, but I guess a lot of people still read it. I mean, my dad used to get the paper, but he stopped that years ago. Lisa and friend says, cash for clothes, fill the bag and leave on your doorstep. We are coming by the area on Tuesday, something like that. Yeah, but then people have to be home when you're there. But I get what you're saying. Could have warned you about the crackheads, Davis said in Lawton. Yeah, they were out. They were out and about, man. When the weather's nice, the crackheads are out. That's why sometimes I like a nice good rain to just kind of wash them indoors, Like, it's bad, man. In some of those poor areas that have legal marijuana, it is rough, dude. It is rough. It's not like they're all just addicted. And people say you're not addicted to marijuana and all that stuff, but if people are wanting to get high, they're gonna find other ways too. And I don't know. It's just it's a bad deal. I feel like if they legalize it in Texas, my town could end up looking like that in a matter of years. Because it's like all it is there is liquor stores, dispensaries, and there's like these thrift stores. Samantha says, I've had success posting on the app Nextdoor. I was asking for clothing donations, but you can do the same for buyouts. Yeah, you can do, if you have a business page, you can do every week. You can post in the groups, like your ad. So I need to do that. No One Design says, the amount of clothing I've gotten from donation clothes, about 70 to 75% were not sellable, but it was free, so I can't complain. I'm surprised with how many people are willing to give away clothes for free. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you can kind of expect. The idea is, I guess, for me would be to streamline it, and then it may be better in my town, like I said, because there just isn't a place to go. Like, there's no Play-Dohs. People don't want to sell it themselves. There's one men's consignment store. I think that's the only one. Miss Lachey has a bunch of information there. I need to screenshot that one. I got to finish this up. We're running out of time. Let's see. Some Chacos sold, but I don't have them with me. This is another Larry Mahan. This is a Pearl Snap. And it went for $18 plus $8.99 shipping. So yeah, that brand's pretty good. They have the not Pearl Snaps, but the diamond or the squares, kind of. Look like diamonds, but they're squares. Mary Bruce says, so you go for the fast nickel versus the slow dime, so you keep making money to put into your business? Yeah, that's exactly it. That is exactly it. But if there's an expensive item that I know I'll get the money for, I don't try to cheap sell it. I'll hold on to it. I have 2 Harley Davidson 3D emblem shirts, and I have them priced at $300, and I'll keep them until I get over $200 offer. But I'm not going to accept $100. I've declined those because I think they're rare enough to get that money. So, Mr. Say says, or the flea booth or just a meeting spot. Yeah, I've thought about just meeting at a parking lot. I just don't know if people want to even carry their clothes to the car to the parking lot. So, yeah, the higher standard says you cannot place in a mailbox. It's a federal crime. You can put a sheet of paper with a rubber band and put it in the front of the doorknob. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. There's rules against soliciting and putting stuff out there like that. I knew that was the case. These are those SketchUp with the wedge. They're like wedge heels, high tops. I've sold these. They're called like Sketch Air, I think. I sold these a lot. These ones didn't go for as much. It went for 15 plus shipping, so not a lot of money here. But I've sold some yellow ones for good money. They're actually my wife. She had them for a costume. She used to do some cosplay and stuff. So she had some yellow ones that I sold for like 40 bucks. These are just black though. Let's see. Gotta find it. Where is it at, dude? All the way at the bottom? Here it is. Yeah, Sketch Air, Sketch 3. Okay, this one's gonna be 2 pounds, 3 ounces. We're gonna measure it. 12 by 9. Get rates. Where are we at? No One Design says, I wouldn't pay for donated clothes. You will lose money. You will find out soon when you run the numbers trying this. I disagree. I disagree, man, because I'm not paying for all of it. Like, there will be people that show me their clothes. I say, okay, I'm not interested, but I'll donate them for you if you'd like. But if it's a bunch of stuff that I buy at the thrift store, I'm just going to pay like, like half of what I normally would pay. So, but you've tried it, so you could be right. I don't know, man. How big is your store? I'm very curious, like how well you're doing at selling, because you seem to know a lot. I just wonder, because why would you pay for the clothes that don't sell? Like I'd only want to buy it. So how would I lose money? It's almost like when I go to the thrift store, I don't pay for items that aren't good. Like I make sure they sell. So I would just use that same concept. I'm just trying to like hit up these people so that I don't have to travel as much is what I'm thinking. 130.66. This is like a Nike sleeveless shirt. Some of the sleeveless ones do pretty good. This one didn't do that well. It's probably because it's a medium. Usually the bigger sizes do well. Probably because the bigger guys want to show their guns off. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And I actually, some of the stuff that is a size medium, I buy it because I like think I would like to wear it, and then I try it on, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to wear it. I'm just gonna sell it. People with vintage clothing still read the local paper. That's a good one. That's true. I just think the target audience for this is gonna be middle-aged women that are selling their husband's clothes or their kids' clothes that they didn't take. So. That's kind of my thought behind it. But I haven't really tried it, I haven't really tried it. Bearded PokeTuber says, crackheads are great motivators. Every day they wake up with no money, no crack, and they always find a way to get crack. Are you going to let crackheads out-hustle you? Cannabis and crack are nothing alike. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they're not alike, but it's not like the drug is the same, but the same type of person would use both, because you could almost, like the Venn diagrams, like they overlap a little bit, but no, I know they're different. Jason says, do you ever lot items together? I never lot items together. Never. I suppose it could work. Sometimes people just buy a lot of the same size. Like somebody will buy a bunch of long sleeve button shirts, So it's just if you start seeing offers come in like a lot in a row, try to see if it's the same buyer and then like say, hey, yeah, I definitely will work a deal with you. Because they're trying to get like their weekly outfits or whatever for work. So 240 JZ Taylor, when you have someone watch an item, do you send offers right away? And what do you send offers at? Say it's 5 to 20%, but mainly 10. Oh, that's what you stay at? Should I bump it to 20? Yeah, so if it's under $20 plus shipping, I send 30% off. If it's over, like if it's 25 or more, I send 20% off. And I do it as soon as I see it. So like I do it a few times in the bulk mode from my desktop. I don't really do it from my phone anymore because it's kind of tiring. This is just an Under Armour polo sold for $9 plus $8.99 shipping. So like 18 bucks. And it's red and it's a size small. Jason says, do you have a video where you show the level of quality you pick up besides obvious flaw like wear? No, I don't have that video yet, but it's a tough one, man. There's a lot that goes into it. Like, think about like, would you wear it kind of thing, you know? Or could you envision somebody wearing it? But, you know, depending on if it's rare or if it's like a unique style or something. Like one example would be the Ralph Lauren's that are the rugby style. I mean, I'll pick up those pretty worn and stained because a lot of people are after them. This is a Patagonia pair of swim trunks. And these only, oh no, they're chinos. They're not swim trunks. They're chinos. Sold for 15 plus shipping. So definitely pretty low on this one. Patagonia. No One Design says, to keep people donating, you have to make it super easy for them with no hassle. You need to take all what they want. Can't cherry pick and leave a bad taste. That's exactly right. So the biggest problem with that is say they have 100 items in like 3 trash bags, and you look through them and you're like, I can only give $20. You can't say, well, I'm only taking the good. You got to say, I'll take all 3. Here's 20. And if they say $20 for 100 items, you need to say, okay, well, I'm not interested. And I think that's the trick with this type of thing. And I have a friend who, she ran a buy-sell trade store for 30 years. She told me like some of the ways to talk to these people, because if they have that much, you almost want to talk to them before even giving them a number to kind of feel out where their head's at. Like, are they trying to make a lot of money, or are they just trying to get rid of it? That kind of thing. So yeah, that's true. I would take it all, but that's definitely, that's the trick. Yeah. It's not an easy dance to navigate, because you don't want to, you know, make people upset. Right. So, but yeah, if somebody's got like a bunch of Target and Walmart clothes and they're like, man, I got these all out of my closet and you're only going to give me $20. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to give you any money. Like, I don't want that at all. So it's a tricky thing, but that's why you could say I provide a donation service. Like, I will donate it for you to whatever thrift store or whatever that you choose. I think that's something I need to have in the ad. Like, we'll pick up, we'll pay, and we'll also donate, something like that. So no need for contentiousness from PK Sync. Yeah. I don't really know what contentiousness means, but sounds pretty good. Sounds like it fits. Do you include sleeve lengths in all your long sleeves, or is it pointless? I don't do it. If the shirts, if it's like a $50 shirt and they ask, I will do it. If it's like $100 shirt, I put a bunch of measurements in there, because like that Robert Graham that I sold for $300, that one had like a ton of measurements that probably don't even need, but I wanted to put it all in there so that, you know, someone spending that much money, they need to know that stuff, I think. So yeah, but no, I don't do it. And if people ask, I just tell them the only measurements are the ones in the listings. I apologize for the inconvenience. If you'd like to return the item up to 60 days, I would provide returns. That's what I tell them on that one. So, but yeah, it's just too much. And most of the time when I measure it in person or whatever, like go to my storage and get it, they never buy it. They never do. My friend, he's got his method is if anybody asks a question on an item, he blocks him. I swear he blocks him, because he's like, dude, they're just messing around with me. Like, dude, are you sure? Like, are you sure they're just asking if this thing, you know, whatever. He's like, I just block them. He goes, I don't want to deal with people like that. I was like, okay. I said, sure, man. Okay, we're at the last one, man. Come on, where are we at? Here we go. So yeah, this is like this is Ralph Lauren. This is one of their vintage ones. And it's had like a stain on it, and it's pleated. Not the good ones to have, but this is $6 plus shipping. It's like $15. And it's one of the really old Well, it wasn't that old. It just had a flaw in it that I didn't see. But sometimes that vintage stuff can go for more money, but this one did not. So off it goes, but still made some money, you know? I mean, all this stuff makes money. Like, okay, so it's like 1,000. I don't know what the amount was, but it was over $1,000 in sales. And let's see. So yeah, like $1,000 in sales in 2 days, and I probably made like 350 profit. So that's $175 a day. So, and that doesn't include, you know, the other money that I'm making other ways. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. So that's what I'm providing to you guys. I'm not making 100 grand a year. I'm not, you know, I'm not as like talented as some of the other YouTubers. I'm not as handsome as some of the other ones, but like I have a really pretty baby. You know, my son's really pretty. So I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm doing. If you guys want to follow along, keep on watching. Questions, whatever, reach out to me on all the socials. Make sure to watch all the stuff. I'll go through the last bit of questions here, but I'm about to get off. Jay Lou says heroin addicts make 5K a month just to get by. They need the drive. Yeah, drug addicts, you know, they're resilient. They're tough. That's high. Yeah, high percentage on the discounts because I want people to enjoy what they get and feel good about it to come back to the store. No One Does I says, like I said, my experience in my area, but your area might be different. You might have better success. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on how this goes. Use the Notion pickup service route, be your main selling point. Make it convenient for them. Pick them up instead of driving out. Exactly what I'm thinking. Renee just said laugh out loud. No reference on what, but I'll take it. Jason says 300. I have one in my store for less than 30. It was okay. Look at the video I did, and it was a limited edition black and blue paisley, new with tags. Like it retails for 500, and I priced mine at 500. It's number like 572 out of like 1,000 something. So it's a very rare shirt. But yeah, most Robert Graham's gonna go for like $30. Have a great weekend, PK Zinc. You too. Great live. See you, Sean. Next one. No One Designs. Yeah, you too, man. Thank you for all the advice. I know we're kind of going back and forth, but I really do appreciate the expertise and stuff. You're doing great. Thank you, Mr. Say. I'll see you next time, and goodbye. All right. Let's see.